I was an amateur.
Didn't always hit it as far as I do today.
And just like you, I was constantly trying to improve.
I chose Titleist then.
For the same reasons I do now.
The new Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Choose the best for your game.
Cameron, a terrific round today. Before you came here, did you feel your game was in this good a shape?
Well, I played New South Wales Open last week and I didn't have a great week. I'd just come off a good tournament overseas in America, so I was, you know, I knew there was some good golf around the corner, but I just had to kind of work my way through last week and then get started this week and start again really. So, but I knew this golf course well. I didn't have to think too hard around my practice rounds, so I felt like I had a good chance here this week. Yeah.
And you won the 2015 Australian Amateur around this course, so you must know it well and love it.
Yeah, I played here like 8 times in 5 days, so I got to know it pretty well. I saw some places I probably shouldn't have, but yeah, it's nice to play it that many times and be able to come back and see not too much has changed. So yeah, it was very familiar out here. Yeah.
They've changed a couple of the bunkers and lengthened 1 or 2 holes, so this may stand as a new course record. How do you feel about that?
Well, it was a good round. I don't know about course record. Jordan Spieth wouldn't be too happy, but you know, I was whatever the score ended up being today, I was going to be happy. So for it to be that low, I'm over the moon. Yeah.
You chipped in at 7 and nearly holed out at 8. Is that right?
Yeah, I had a good run there. Probably that 1 on 8 shouldn't have gone in because it was too far away, and back-to-back chip-ins would have been a bit rude. But no, I was just, you know, those first 8 holes, everything was looking like it was going in. So even from off the green, which was nice. Yeah.
Well, this is a wonderful start for you. Let's hope it continues.
Thank you.
Questions from the floor, please.
Oh, sorry, Cam. Your first year as a professional, how would you assess it?
Well, it was nice to be able to play on a good tour. I played the Mackenzie tour over in Canada. My golf wasn't that great, but I learned so much on that tour. Just the travel, how to deal with professional golf, what level of golf you need to play to compete. It was a big step up from the amateur golf. You know, shooting even par in an amateur tournament, you're doing all right. You're not going to drop too far off, but at even par in a tournament like that, and you're dropping straight down the leaderboard. So it was good to get a good insight into, you know, what level of golf you have to play just to compete and make cuts. And yeah, just, you know, figuring out how to manage yourself while you're on the road, all those little things. I'd say, even though I didn't keep my card and I didn't play that great, it was a success just because I learned so much, and I'm going to be able to use that for the years to come. So.
Just one more. You mentioned a good tournament a couple of weeks ago. Was that Web.com tour qualifying, was it?
Second stage Web, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Nicole?
Cam, after the chip in on 7, did you get a bit of an adrenaline surge, and was it kind of was it more difficult to control that the next couple of holes? Or
yeah, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I'd had a great run leading up to that chip in, so I was already feeling pretty good. And when I chipped that one in, I was just like, I'll just keep the same feeling going because it's obviously working. And I mean, I hit a couple of not great tee shots over the next couple of holes, but I don't think that was a nervous thing. That was, you know, just a couple of poor swings really. But other than that, mentally I felt like I was just fine out there. I just kept it going to be able to play the back 9 without any bogeys, with just keep on making a couple of birdies. I felt like that kind of shows that I was able to not get it too far ahead of myself, which has definitely happened in the past. So that's one of the things that I feel like is improving for me. Yeah.
Henry?
Yeah, Cam, just here.
Yeah.
Given that the Mackenzie, I don't think you've played there for a little while, what your preparation for this? You competed last week, but before that, how did you kind of get your game to the level that it's at to have today's result?
Well, I guess I went through the Mackenzie tour. Most of the weeks I was on my own. I kind of just went through the motions, and I kind of got stuck in a little bit of a rut. And I was able to sit down with my coach and, you know, run through all the things that, you know, didn't go my way, all the things that I could have done better. And as a result of that, I came up with like 4 or 5 things that I really needed to step up with and start working a bit harder on in my practice and my preparation. So since then, I had both of my Web.com tour qualifiers, and I started playing really well. And last week was a little bit of an eye-opener because I didn't play that great because I was kind of cruising because I was starting to play well. But it was the kind of the kick in the pants that I needed to start really working hard again to lead up to this week. So overall, I think, the stuff that I learned Mackenzie Tour, just looking back on it, was enough to kind of get me going again.
So obviously you're trying to get onto web.com, but beyond that, what playing rights do you have elsewhere?
At the moment, web.com tour would be it. So I've got to try and make the most of these next couple of weeks, these big tournaments, because otherwise, it's all up in the air. So, I've just have a couple of good weeks now, then I can set up my next year and beyond. So I'm just going to try and focus on these ones and just keep working hard to make these ones happen, and then after that, see what happens. Yeah.
Cameron, the conditions were reasonably benign this morning. Did you sense that it was a chance to take a bite out of the course in those conditions? And second part, you played with Kramer Hickok today, who dominated on that tour, didn't he, in Canada? Was it nice to get one back on home soil over him? Yeah,
well, I'll start with the second one. It was nice playing with Kramer. I played with him a couple of times towards the end of the Mackenzie Tour season. I obviously had a great season, so, I knew I had a good group. Matty Miller, I've played with him a few times as well. He's been very solid as well. So I had a good group, but playing with Kramer was great because I saw what level of golf you have to play if you want to lead, a tour like that. I mean, he was very solid, made a lot of birdies. The time that I played with him, I think he won or almost won, and I saw him for the first 2 rounds and saw what kind of golf he was playing. So it was a good benchmark. Kind of set yourself for what level of golf you need to get through just Mackenzie Tour, let alone web.com and then PGA Tour. But as for the course, I had a feeling there were quite a few pins out there that were gettable. I mean, you had to obviously hit good tee shots in the fairways to be able to get enough spin to control it. But I believe that, I'm not surprised with the scores that are up there, that's for sure. The wind started swirling a little bit and get a bit hard to pick out there in the afternoon. So the afternoon guys are probably going to have a little bit tougher go out there. But definitely for the first 9 holes, there was not much at all. So I could kind of hit my shots and not be too worried about a sudden gust of wind coming up, like in the afternoon. Yeah.
Brent.
Cameron, you'll finish today potentially at least 4 shots clear of Jason and potentially clear of Jordan Spieth as well. I mean, is that something you feel comfortable with?
Well, I just felt like I played the golf that, I've had rounds of golf like this before, but not in tournaments, but I'm just trying to treat it like any other round. So, I know that they're there, and it's nice that they're there because it makes it feel like a really big tournament, and it's great to have played this great with that kind of stuff going on. But as from here on out, I'm just going to try and just keep doing the same thing as today. Just no expectations on myself like that. I'm not trying to beat them. I'm trying to play my best golf and see where it puts me at the end of the tournament, which is hopefully at the top. But we're going to have to see. But with a start like this, I feel like if I just keep on doing what I'm doing, I'll be all right up there come Sunday. So.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Away you go. Don't hide that microphone from me.
Mate. Good to see you again. Just talk to me a little bit about being part of this next wave of Australian golfers that are trying to make it over in the US and trying to pave your way, and where you feel you fit into that group, if you will.
Well, I know it's me and at least another 5 or 6 guys that are really coming through strong at the moment. Through the Golf Australia and all the state programs, they've gotten, the players are getting stronger and stronger, and it's just a matter of time before they kind of step out into those waters and see how good they are, because the scores they're shooting in amateur tournaments are awesome, and they're putting themselves up there in professional tournaments as well. So as soon as they turn pro and head out on tour, they're going to find that they're going to be right at the top. So, here you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Playing fantastic. Do you see this group of young guys potentially doing something in the next few years? These sort of...
I don't see why they can't. I feel like their best golf will win tournaments over there. I mean, I've got a taste of what it's like to win a Mackenzie Tour, so I haven't really gotten a good idea of what the other tours are like, but I feel like if they play their best golf for a week, they'll definitely be up there and be competitive with everyone. Yeah.
Cam, is this your best tournament round since you turned pro? Is it?
I'm not too sure. It's up there. It's definitely up there. In terms of situation, it's one of my best, yeah.
Right.